And welcome back here to the Midwest Showdown here at McGee's Courts for Sports. This has been our home this entire weekend as we get ready to bring you the championship game here in the Elite Division at the Midwest Showdown. I'm Marcus Burnett, joined by J.L. Hemingway. We're bringing you the Indy Lady Gym Rats taking on Michigan Crossover. Should be a very fun matchup to watch, given the talent by both of these teams as well as their roads to the championships here. Hemi, your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, Marcus, as always, great to be on the webcast here with you with the SUV TV. Indy Speech Gym Rats here, coached by Danny Riego, returning to the championship game after making it to the championship game last year, which we was on the broadcast. As a matter of fact, here versus All Ohio Black. This year, they defeated All Ohio in the semifinals. They're hoping to gain some revenge, so to speak, I guess you could say. Now trying to bring home that championship that eluded them last year. But this time, they're going to take on Tania Davis, who's got the ball here, number one, and her Michigan Crossover team. They, too, very talented, hoping to bring home the championship here in Mason, Ohio.
Loose ball all over the place. The pieces are picked up by number 40, Lamina Cooper, as she gets the first bucket of the ball game.
Marcus, we had a chance to watch the Gym Rats in the semifinal game versus All Ohio. Lamina Cooper was a big part of that victory that they had. The lefty going to Purdue is going to play a very big role, and with only 7 kids on the roster here today for Coach Riego, they're going to need every bit of production from each one of those kids.
I have a call here on the play, not sure what it is. And official confirms there's going to be a foul. So that's going to send number 1, Tania Davis, to the free throw line.
Davis has been a kid that's been on our radar for several years now with the JumpOutPlus.com, which is our national scouting service. I should say international scouting service now, as Kyle Moore spends weeks at a time in August with the FIBA national tournaments that are there. But Davis has been a point guard, always played up in previous years, and now this year she's going to be the kind of the kid that leads the team for Coach Imez Oliver and the Michigan Crossover staff here. And Davis, I've always liked her game because she's that floor general, brings energy, always delivers the ball in the right spot. Marcus, I know that you mentioned her earlier in some of our pre-broadcast meetings.
Yeah, she did a great job in their pool play win over Cincy's Finest, a team that was putting together a solid outing. The Crossover were down. Were struggling to get in a little bit of a rhythm, and that was until Davis really cranked it up. I believe Crossover was down by double digits there in that game. Davis twisted her ankle, was out for about 10-15 minutes, but she came in and led them to victory. Big reason why they're here in the championship game right now.
Good fast break opportunity right there for the Speech Gym Rats. You see the versatility of Darby Forsman, number 13 in white, recently gave her verbal commitment to Coach Kirk Miller in Indiana University. But coming right back here, Davis showing what you were just talking about, Marcus, with that nice little floater off the glass.
We talked about it, going into this game, being able to see a Darby Maggard, a floor general that leads great for this Gym Rats team. Seeing her go against the likes of a Davis, even though they're not matched up on each other right now, I'm sure that'll come at some point. But just seeing their leadership for both of their respective teams, it's going to be fun to watch.
And right on cue, you got Maggard getting the steal and then leading the break the other direction. And then Davis showing a little bit of defensive prowess herself. But I like the coaching chess game, if you will, here by Coach Riego, putting Cooper, the bigger defender, on Davis and putting Maggard away from the ball. Cooper is a kid that we've talked about it before, can guard multiple positions on the floor. She can be a rebounder, on the defensive end. But as you see right now, she can guard one of the better point guards in the nation at herself, standing at 5'11". She's got good feet. That's what she's going to bring to the Boilermakers at Purdue in the Big Ten Conference.
Michigan crossover with the ball. Strong take there by number 5, Aaliyah Hill, but we're going to have an illegal screen being set there by number 14, Siobhan Tiggs. So ball back over to the Lady Gym Rats, who currently trail by 2. Another player that you want to keep your eye on for the Lady Gym Rats. We touch base on Maggart, a little bit on Cooper. Number 3 in the white jerseys, Tiara Murphy. Hemi, give us a nutshell summary of why she'll be a player to watch.
Good high-low game right there from the Gym Rats. But Murphy currently ranked number 26 as by ProspectsNation.com. Already slated to go to Purdue University, as mentioned before. But she's a, call her a point guard, call her a shooting guard. She plays the shooting guard position, although maybe a little bit undersized for that position, but she more than makes up for it by her floor game. She can shoot the 3 very well. I was talking to Coach Riego yesterday, said that she's shooting a very high percentage from beyond the arc, but she's a playmaker. She can distribute, she can get it, get the ball into the lane, put the ball in the right hands at the right time. When you talk about the combo, the duo of Maggart and Murphy, you try to take the ball out of one of those kids' hands, the other kid's going to kill you. And so they're a dual threat on the floor. Both of them can make plays in the lane. As you see Maggart here with that pull-up, Murphy can do very much the same thing.
The pass ahead, nearly too tall for Eliza Brown, but she's able to save it. Elbow jump shot counted for Janae Williams.
Janae Williams, Siobhan Tiggs, these are all kids that I had a chance to watch at the LBI Insider up in Detroit, Michigan, back in a snowy day in Detroit. I flew in and there were already 6 inches of snow on the ground, and there's Murphy sending that 3-ball home. But Tiggs, Williams, even Elisa Brown had a chance to watch all of these kids play, and all of those notes are in the jumpoutplus.com for all of our college coach subscribers.
Yeah, with the way the AC's been kicking in this place all weekend, man, it feels similar to that day in Detroit that you were talking about in here.
Well, it was 18 degrees that day. It's not quite 18 degrees in here, but it may feel like it at times.
Right, exaggeration on my part, but I think anytime you're on Memorial Day weekend, it's the summertime, and you're complaining about the AC being too effective, I think that's a good problem to have. Much better than the other way around, Amy.
Hey, like my old saying, you can always put clothes on, you can't always take them off.
Agreed. 3-point advantage here for the Lady Gym Rats. Driving baseline there, a little bit too strong on the shot is Hill. Here comes Murphy pushing it the other way for the Gym Rats. Set that pull-up up, knocks it down.
And Murphy is so skilled. You know, just a smooth game. Her and Maggart, in a lot of ways, they mirror each other in their skill sets. But the game just seems, you know, so effortless. You know, come down, get the footwork down, smooth, easy stroke, and you can see the full variety of her skill set as you've seen her hit a jumper from 22, almost 23 feet, and now in transition hit it very softly there.
I'm sure there are some out there, you know, given the miles that Team PSB travels and the amount of basketball you see, I'm sure you see it, but it's hard for me to think of a team that does a better job in the mid-range guard-wise than this Indy Lady Gym Rats team. When you look at just Maggart and Murphy, and really doing a good job of using their ability to knock down a 3-pointer, to use that shot fake, get to that mid-range and knock it down. A lot of times that mid-range is just passed up for over-penetration.
Yeah, they talk about the mid-range game being a lost art. Certainly not a lost art in Indiana, as Maggart and Murphy both just so under control, and I really like to see that because sometimes, you know, kids, you know, they'll put the ball on the floor and they think they've got to get all the way to the rim, and a lot of times they just end up in trouble.
Yeah. Working on the offensive glass. Crossover, just pulled out of there by Cooper. Gym Rats have numbers. Cooper to Gaines. The lead's now 7 for the Lady Gym Rats, and while you've got a solid floor general there in Tanaya Davis, You definitely don't want to dig too deep of a hole here against the Lady Gym Rats here. 7 points isn't much, but you don't want that stretched into the, the low teens.
Yeah, you're right, Marcus. When you talk about the Speech Gym Rats, although only 7 of them, on the roster, they can hit you in so many different ways. Inside, Forsman, Gaines, Cooper. On the perimeter, they've got the 3-point shooters, Maggard, Murphy, even Sid Hall, Peyton Fallis coming in right here. So you're not going to be able to just take one thing away from them because they're such a well-balanced team.
Yeah. Nice block there. Number 35, Leah Mathis. 3-pointer on the way for the crossover. Much needed bucket there, knocked down by Eliza Brown.
Good jumper right there by Brown.
We're seeing that crossover, forced the turnover there, unable to knock down the 3. Cooper rebounds and she's off to the races, fakes the pass. Third opportunity, that possession for the Lady Gym Rats. Fouled on the play. Number 14, Sydney Hall. Got to give Hall her first trip to the free throw line. Crossover loves to use their pressure to really create turnovers and let their defense translate to their offense. It'll be interesting to see which dynamic ends up playing itself out here. Can crossover get some of the turnovers that they need against a very solid and fundamental Lady Gym Rats team?
Yeah, one of the keys to the game here for the crossover obviously will be, to limit the easy buckets, for the Gym Rats. Don't give them anything easy in transition, and you've already seen a little bit of that here early on. But I think if the crossover are going to be successful, they've got to find ways to get second shots on the offensive end. They've got to find ways to make this a fast-paced, tempo game, whether that be with full-court pressure or half-court traps. And then, on the defensive end, you can't give them, you can't allow Cooper and Forsman and Gaines to get those second-chance opportunities, which can just be killers.
Yeah, like you say, you want to minimize the easy buckets by the Gym Rats, but I think you want to also take advantage of any easy buckets that you get created by Tanaya Davis, her playmaking ability. Speaking of playmaking ability, you see Tiara Murphy right there with the nice move and the jumper. 8-point advantage for the Gym Rats. Brown with it, guarded by Murphy. He's going to look inside. Mathis, no good on the shot. Rebound by Forsman.
Big time collision over there at half court by Davis running into the scores table. Looks like it knocked some things loose over there, but you can see the energy of Davis. Kyle Moore, our director of scouting for the JumpOutPlus.com, texted me late one night this past week and said, hey, make sure you watch Davis. Let me know what you think of her. Obviously, I played well at Boo Williams, back during the spring. So she's going to be a kid that a number of programs from around the nation that they're going to want to take a look at.
Well, if you're watching us now, obviously you're already tuning into the live webcast. It'll be on demand, available to view, and then also the pool play game of Michigan crossover versus Cincy's Finest. That's in the Midwest Showdown archives as well, so you can see more of Tanaya Davis in that matchup also. So it's a 10-point advantage for the Indy Lady Gym Rats. Davis over to Mathis. Here's Brown. Brown turns the corner but loses the ball in the process of doing so. Maggart with the push.
What a great decision, Marcus. You know, that's a great example of a 3-on-2 break. And here, you know, a lesser player would have tried to split those two defenders, tried a high difficulty shot. She stopped on a dime, pulled up, hit the 15-footer, made it look so easy.
Yeah, knocked it down, which is, was the best case scenario there. But worst case scenario, even if she does miss, she's got Cooper and Gaines right there running the floor and in a great position to rebound. Like you mentioned, just a good decision all around. Shot went down, but even if it had missed, the Lady Gym Rats were in a good position to be able to rebound that ball.
And that's what happens when you put yourself in good decisions or good spots. When you make good decisions, usually that's going to lead to more positive things to happen, even if you do happen to miss the shot or, if you're just in the right spot, your teammates will be there to pick you up. It's sort of like what we talked about yesterday on the broadcast. Taking a bad shot off a lot of times can lead to a transition opportunity, for your opponent. You take a corner three with your point guard underneath the bucket, that's going to lead to a fast break opportunity. The Gym Rats always seem to be in the right spot, never putting themselves or exposing themselves to weakness in that way.
Back to the action, 12-point advantage for the Lady Gym Rats. Davis with the floater, can't get the bounce. Rebound pulled out of there, all ahead to Murphy. 14-point advantage for the Gym Rats.
Yeah, a couple of big possessions here for the crossover. They're going to have to find ways to get some points because this could get out of hand pretty quickly if they keep allowing the Gym Rats to get these easy buckets. Heck, the Gym Rats make enough tough shots as it is when you talk about the pull-up jumpers, the deep threes. You can't allow them to get the easy ones on top of that.
Yeah. They go up top there on that play. Leah Mathis finishes. The assist there by Janae Williams. Much needed bucket there for the crossover, and we've got a 12-point ball game. Sydney Hall has it for the Gym Rats. Maggart back to Hall. They're looking for Gaines right there.
The high-low look to Murphy underneath. Who would have ever thought that?
Murphy fouled on the play. She'll go to the line and shoot two. As you mentioned earlier, runner-up in the Elite Division last year in the Midwest Showdown were the Lady Gym Rats. Looking to finish the mission, so to speak, here in the 2014 installment.
Well, you and Brandon talked about it on the previous broadcast. They had taken their lumps in previous years, by playing up a division, playing outside of their age, and now this is their time. This is their time where they can, actually kind of come together, play with who they're supposed to be playing with, and they seem to be a well-oiled machine up until this point.
Sania Davis continues to attack. That last shot wouldn't go down for her. There's a start that's similar to, the aforementioned pool play game where Michigan crossover was able to get a comeback victory. As far as some of the shots just not falling, but with the way Michigan crossover plays defense, they're going to be able to go on some sort of run. The question is going to be, is it going to be too late? Because you don't want to give this Lady Gym Rats team too much of a cushion. They've already got a relatively nice one. If you can be able to cut this to single digits with about 5 minutes left until halftime, that would definitely be a good situation for the crossover.
Now, without a doubt, you got to keep yourself in striking distance, regardless of where you're at. And the crossover, with Davis, you know, we hadn't mentioned Janae Williams, you know, just a whole lot. She really hadn't gotten off here in this game. But she's another kid that can really attack the hoop. And speaking of attacking the hoop, great downhill finish right there by Davis.
That Davis bucket brings crossover to within 12. He tries to turn the pressure up on Sydney Hall. Nice defense inside by crossover, but Maggart's up top. Only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gonna be tough for Maggart to get a shot off, but she does. No good, rebounded by crossovers. They're trying to get the momentum going in their favor. Shot won't go down for Williams. We're seeing great hustle displayed by both teams there. Murphy going to the deck. Janai Davis right behind her. Four minutes, 51 seconds left to play here in the first half. Michigan crossover showing a little bit of momentum. As their missed layup on one end is followed up by a missed layup by the Gym Rats. Both of them look good, wouldn't stay down for either team. So crossover trying to string together a couple buckets to cut this deficit to single digits. Foul here against the Gym Rats. He was called against number 13, Darby Forsman. Crossover, inbounds it to Davis. Three-pointer on the way. Shot won't go for Brown. Rebound by Forsman. Here comes Maggart. Maggart guarded outside by Mathis. As crossover quickly switches that back. Hall for three. Shot in and out, weaving through the traffic. Comes Davis. Drops the dime. Nice job of getting back on defense there by Forsman. Great play there by Forsman. Trying to be able to get a piece of that shot attempt by Ashley Perry. 12-point advantage for the Gym Rats on the bright side of things as far as Michigan crossover is concerned. The Lady Gym Rats have definitely experienced more momentum on the offensive side of things up to this point. But crossover still remains in striking distance. Going to pick up the foul on that play. He's going to go against Leah Mathis and back over to the Gym Rats. Michigan crossover defeating Havoc City Elite in the semis to make it here to the championship game. The Indy Lady Gym Rats defeated the host program, All Ohio Black, in order to get their spot here in this matchup. Maggart hesitates, then goes right around the defender. Reinforcements in the form of Aaliyah Hill. She blocks the shot, crossover coming the other way. That shot's missed by Perry inside. So things going pretty good for the crossover the past few minutes from a standpoint of not really letting the Gym Rats extend this lead. Both teams being fairly stagnant at the 27-15 mark over the past couple minutes, but I think if you're crossover, you just want to stay within that striking distance of 10-12 points. Possibly even single digits. but definitely making sure the Gym Rats aren't able to extend this lead going into intermission. Tiara Murphy up top. Mid-range jumper. Bounces around but won't go down. Perry with the rebound for the crossover. Nice shot inside. That's number 2, Eliza. The junior out of Grosse Pointe South there in Michigan. Of course, crossover to within 10 points. Nice job of breaking that pass up. Perry gets a hand on it. Now here comes Davis the other way. No good on the shot, but she'll be able to get 2 from the line if she's able to knock them down. With a minute 50 left to play here in the first half. Crossover within 10 points. And their floor leader, Tania Davis, at the free throw line with a chance to bring them to within 8. Count the first. Couple substitutions into the game for the crossover. Number 13, Jayla Nichols. And also back into the game, number 11, Janae Williams. For the Lady Gym Rats, number 15, Vic Gaines back into the game. Michigan crossover pulls to within 8 points. They can try to end the first half on a positive note. All over to Murphy. Murphy with the pull-up jumper. Murphy and Maggard continue to be mid-range monsters here for the Lady Gym Rats. Nice baseline jumper there. That's Siobhan Tiggs out of Flint Southwestern. Some of the pieces started to come together here for crossover. Tania Davis has been doing a good job of setting her teammates up. We're seeing more of those opportunities be cashed in on and shots falling here as we get ready to wrap up the first half. Maggard can't get that one to go off the window. Davis with that pass intended for Tiggs, but right there is Gaines with the interception. Gaines to Forsman. Forsman, nice wherewithal to be able to catch that in traffic, get the shot up prior to going out of bounds. Pushes the lead back to 10 for the Gym Rats. Shot clock's off. Crossover holding for the last shot here. Good space for Tania Davis to be in. Likes these kind of situations. Creates her own space. Good shot right there. Won't fall. But definitely a shot you can be happy with as far as the attempt. And that's going to do it for the first half. Thanks for joining us here on SUV TV for the Midwest Showdown. We'll catch you back here after halftime.
Up with Better Basketball to create Coach Fit, a workout program designed specifically for coaches to stay fit during the basketball season. Each workout can be done in 15 minutes, followed in real time on any smartphone, tablet, or laptop, performed right on the court before or after practice, completed with minimal equipment, and can be utilized by your entire staff.
Are you hanging in there? Come on, man. Come on, stay with me, guys. Your whole staff should be doing this right now. Make your team better.
For coaches that travel, we've developed workouts you can do in your hotel room or in your hotel fitness center.
Most coaches, they gain weight. They get out of shape during the season. We're not going to do that. We're going to get in great shape. We're going to get in the best shape of our life this season.
Are you ready to look better, feel better, and coach better this season? Sign up today at betterbasketballtribe.com/CoachFit.
And let's get rolling with the second half. Midwest Showdown Elite Division Championship. The Indy Lady Gym Rats come into the second half with a 10-point advantage over Michigan Crossover. And while the cushion is on the side of the Gym Rats, you can say that momentum is on the side of the Crossover despite the 10-point deficit. It was a first half where the Lady Gym Rats led for the majority of it. Michigan Crossover had a hard time getting some shots to fall initially, but with Tania Davis and some of the additional members of the team, such as Eliza Brown knocking down a couple jumpers, and others being able to get going. Crossover knocking on the door here in a major way. As they'll start the second half with a foul there. We'll see if it's on the floor or if it's going to send Aaliyah Hill to the free throw line. It will send Hill to the line, so Aaliyah Hill out of Hamady there in Michigan. No good on the first free throw. Second free throw splash by Hill. 9-point ball game. Maggart with the ball for the Gym Rats. Her versus Tania Davis. Gonna be a very fun matchup to watch here in the second half. Maggart driving. That ball knocked out of bounds there by number 14, Siobhan Tiggs. Maggard to Forsman. Forsman over to Cooper. Cooper gonna get it to Gaines. Gaines with a nice catch and finish. You just get it in Gaines' vicinity. She's able to use that wingspan. Also finishes it off with nice footwork there to get the bucket. 11-point advantage for the Gym Rats. Jalen Nichols gets it to Tiggs. Tiggs gonna have that shot blocked by Forsman. Maggard's off and running. Kicks it to Murphy. Murphy with the shot. Nothing but net. A lot of Murphy's three-pointers have something against these rims here at Courts for Sports. Her shots want no part of the rim. If she splashes another three-pointer down, pushing the advantage to 14 points. I think some of the questions here in the second half are going to be, can Michigan crossover? We know they play with great energy on defense, on both ends actually. But are they going to be able to answer the offensive firepower that the Lady Gym Rats possess? You see Tierra Murphy knock down that three-pointer. We've seen Maggard's ability. Gaines and Cooper do a great job of being able to finish inside, but also rebounding and then running the floor. And Darby Forsman, no slouch on the offensive end by any means. Her versatility as well. If you're Michigan crossover, can you continue to feed off of Tania Davis, let her create different opportunities for this crossover team, but be able to do it on a consistent enough basis to where this 14 and 12-point lead can possibly get cut a little bit more and not extended. That mission was accomplished in the first half by crossover, as far as making sure they stayed within striking distance. Trailing by 14 here in the second half. We'll see how they respond in this one. That response being a Tania Davis dish and a finish inside by Tiggs, 24-36. Cooper behind the back. She misses. Janae Williams gets the rebound and she's out of there. That's a wide open look for Eliza Brown. Missed her shot initially. Now turns it over to Murphy. Murphy does a nice job of waiting for Forsman. Looks like Forsman got a little caught up there on her steps. Rare turnover there for Darby Maggard. Here's Davis. Count it. Davis using the hesitation. Trying to set that shot up. That bucket pulls them back to within 10 points. Maggard gonna try an elbow jumper. Won't go down. Murphy attacking the glass. Gonna be last touch by Indy. And Murphy actually gonna get called for a foul there, not just knocking it out of bounds. Checking back into the game for the crossover, number 35, Leah Mathis. So crossover with it and a chance to get back to within single digits. Little high-low action. Mathis getting it inside the Tiggs, but Tiggs had the chair pulled from out under her. Going to get called for the travel. So advantage still at 10. Maggard to Cooper. Good ball movement by the Lady Gym Rats. Deep three, no good there by Murphy. Forsman, we'll see if they count that a 2 or 3. They'll rule that a deuce. So not a 3 ball there, but good enough to push the lead back to 12. Murphy able to gather herself, can't get that shot to go. Rebounded by Davis, who pulls it out of there. Another good look for Brown. Eliza Brown, some of her last few three-pointers haven't been falling, but she's got to take that shot. They're good looks. A shot that she can hit and has hit here in this game, so no qualms from the sideline there for Michigan crossover on that shot attempt. And if you're Brown, you have to be able to do that to try to relieve some of the defensive pressure that Tania Davis is always going to face. Davis is making plays. And if you're Brown, you have to continue to be aggressive on the offensive end and take that shot when it's available to you. Ball back in play and in the hands of Davis. Davis has seen a cluster of defenders guard her here in this game. Coach Danny Riego for the Gym Rats started off by putting Lamina Cooper on her. And at times we've seen it go from Cooper to Darby Maggart guarding Davis. But then we've also been able to see Sydney Hall, who guarded her on that last possession. So, continuous mixing of things there on the defensive end against Davis. Such a talented point guard, you want to be able to throw different things at her. So far, the reach of Lamina Cooper has really been good defensively at helping contain Davis. Foul here is going to go against crossover, so back to the Lady Gym Rats. Foul going to go against Siobhan Tiggs. Tiggs going to have a seat. Back into the game, number 5, Aaliyah Hill. Advantage still 12 for the Gym Rats. Cooper with it. Nice defense being played by Hill, not giving Cooper much room at all. Hill going to pick up the foul there. And get called for the body there. Murphy was trying to turn the corner. Sydney Hall with it up top. Hall, definitely a bright spot for the Lady Gym Rats here this weekend. We see her there with a nice pass inside to Forsman. Forsman can't get either try to go. And Tiara Murphy going to pick up another foul inside. You see Murphy score from outside and do what she does on the perimeter, but she's not afraid to go in there, mix it up, and get rebounds as well. We've seen her crash the glass throughout this game. Lady Gym Rats realizing that this Michigan crossover team, they're going to have to be put away. They're definitely not going to go away. They're going to play the full 32 minutes. So the more insurance you can have as the Lady Gym Rats right now, the better. It's going to have a foul here. Looks like it's going to go against Peyton Fallis of the Gym Rats. Brown just gets that one off. Inbounds it to number 13, Jayla Nichols. That deuce for Nichols brings them back to within 10 points. Cooper gets rid of it, gets it ahead to Hall. Ball's loose. Hill corrals it for crossover, and Davis going to slow it up. Davis all the way to the cup. Davis finished with the left, makes it an 8-point game. Cooper's pushing it the other way to Murphy. Murphy's reverse. Spins around, won't go in there. Got the rebound by Brown. Davis with the ball. Crossover, chance to come to within 6. It's go time for Davis. She's short on that layup. You can tell she senses that they're right there in the neighborhood. Just a matter of continuing to close this gap, and you cannot give up offensive rebounds like that. It's a game of volleyball in there for Forsman. Couple tips if she's able to grab it, get the deuce at the free throw line with a chance for the 3-point play the hard way. #15, Victoria Gaines back into the game for the Gym Rats, along with Darby Maggart. A turnaround right there from a point standpoint. Crossover pulled to within 8. Saw Davis get to the third level, take a tough layup that wouldn't stay down. Could have been a 6-point game. Come right back on the other end. Darby Forsman gets the rebound and the putback. Push the lead back to 10. Gym Rats can't capitalize on that offensive rebound there. Ball goes out of bounds, back over to crossover. Davis with the hezzy. Nice shot. Won't go down for her. There's Aaliyah Hill now. All over that pass is Peyton Fowlis. As the Heritage Christian attendee will go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Fowlis joined by her Heritage Christian teammates, Darby Forsman, and of course Sydney Hall here on this Lady Gym Rat squad. Just short on the second free throw, but another offensive rebound, and it's cashed in by Darby Forsman. Back to a 13-point advantage. As it looks like we're going to see a little bit of 2-3 zone by the Gym Rats. Shot missed there by Nichols. Here's Hall coming all the way through. Impressive weekend here by Sydney Hall. This is a talented Gym Rats team across the board. Darby Maggart, Tierra Murphy, you're able to see them do a lot of what they do to kind of shoulder the load offensively for the Lady Gym Rats. But make no mistake, Sydney Hall does a great job as well. Beyond being able to knock down the outside shot, she's really been able to get inside and score as well. Biggest lead of the game so far, 15-point advantage for the Lady Gym Rats. We're about ready to resume play from the timeout. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left to play in this one. 15-point game, largest lead of the game here for the Gym Rats. Crossover in need of a bucket. Hill gets rid of it. Nice job of bringing that pass in by Brown. Three-pointer on the way. It's just short. Nice box out by Hill. Or positioning, I should say, inside by Hill. Hill picks up the pieces, get that bucket. 13-point ball game now. Easy call for the official to make there against Nichols. Nichols trying to apply the pressure to Maggart. Now Maggart's going to be guarded by number 24, Ashley Perry. Forsman looking inside for Gaines, all over it is Siobhan Tiggs. Comes from Michigan crossover the other way. Still trailing by 13. Lady Jimrath remains in a zone. Attacking that zone there is Davis. Gets the giant killer floater to go towards Michigan crossover to within 11. Here's Maggart. Gets a cup to the basket. Misses the shot, but she's fouled on the attempt. So that's going to send Maggart to the line. Maggart out of Fort Wayne, Canterbury. Count the first. Each time the Lady Jimraths have really threatened to extend that lead, into the teens. 15 was the largest deficit. Crossover has been able to respond, but it's never been enough back and forth to be able to fully close the gap. And with about 6 minutes in this game, still plenty of time left, but you won't be able to say the same thing within about 3 minutes. So the crossover, you definitely want to get this back from 13 back around to the 10-point, 8-point mark over the course of the next 2 minutes or so. Three-pointer on the way for Nichols. No good. Brown rebound inside, but that's blocked by Forsman. Hall deceptively quick. Can't get the shot to go, but she can earn them at the free throw line. Count the first. Second one bounces around, no good. To the rack goes Davis. Davis has been very acquainted with the playing surface here at Court for Sports over the past couple days. Doesn't have any hesitation to hit the deck for a loose ball on hustle plays, and she's seen plenty of contact around the rim, as we saw on that last play, with her ability to attack. We've seen that on display this entire weekend here at the Midwest Showdown. She knocks down the first free throw. Coming back into the game for a crossover, Ashley Perry, as well as number 11, Janae Williams. Aliza Brown and Jayla Nichols getting breathers. Crossover trying to crank the defense up here. Tight roping along the sideline is Maggart. Finds a way to get it out of there. Kicks it to Flawless. Right there for the rebound. And fouled on her scoring attempt is going to be Hall. Another trip to the free throw line for Sydney Hall. Second free throw off the back of the iron. 13-point ball game. Brown with the skip pass over to Nichols. Jayla Nichols, she's been shooting that three with confidence. The past few didn't go down prior to that last one. She knocks down a big one. Make it a 10-point ball game. Traveling violation there goes against Maggart. So ball back in the hands of Michigan crossover as Eliza Brown gets a seat. Janae Williams to inbound it. Mathis, the inbound play worked to perfection as far as the shot they wanted. Mathis unable to knock it down, but she gets the offensive rebound. Another three-point attempt for Nichols. That one's off. Hill. Another opportunity here for the crossover. Nichols, 2 for $1 sale on threes. That one's just short too. Shots on the mark. Just wouldn't fall. We're going to have an offensive foul against Maggart. Number 40, Lamina Cooper, checks back into the game for the Gym Rats. So does Tiara Murphy. Going to give Peyton Follis and Darby Forsman a breather. Lamina Cooper back in the game and back guarding Tanaya Davis. Davis drops it off. Nichols, nice job of catching that in traffic, going up strong. 8-point ball game. Well, we talked a couple minutes ago about how crossover was right there. Just needed to keep the lead from being stretched from 13 on. They've done just that as they've come right back, pulled to within 8. Well, right back at you comes Lamina Cooper with the cut, catch, and finish. And one opportunity here at the free throw line for the Purdue commit. Any Boilermaker fans out there watching this one, a lot of reason to be optimistic looking at the play of Lamina Cooper, as well as number 3, Tiara Murphy here for the Lady Gym Rats. Ball lost by Hill. Hall's going to drop it off to Cooper. Cooper finishes. Hill does a great job with their hustle plays and rebounding here for a crossover. That last possession. Just need to get the ball in the hands of a guard. Deficit now 12. Go time for Davis. Got to the rack but couldn't finish. Cooper with the rebound. As I'm tired for Tanaya Davis, she hasn't been able to sit down at all throughout this entire game. And playing the point guard position, doing what she does for this team. She's definitely going to sleep good this evening. Oh, the advantage is 12 for the Gym Rats. Maggart with it, too easy. Davis right back the other way. She misses. Her teammate Siobhan Tiggs does it. Back to within 12 points. Maggart going to slow it up. Nice defense right there by Janae Williams. Pass going into the corner. But instead, that steal right there by Williams is going to lead to another bucket. And crossover pulling to within 10 points. Love the element that the shot clock adds to this game. That jump shot's going to be missed right there by Murphy. Strong rebound inside by Hill. She's done a great job rebounding and making the hustle plays for a crossover. As we see the bucket inside by Davis, a nice style point for the slide about 3 or 4 feet after knocking down the bucket. Her most recent deuce brings crossover to within 8 points. Going back to the shot clock, it adds a great element because, you know, just holding the ball, or stalling, as some will call it, not going to hold any weight here in this kind of format. So it really makes teams take care of the ball, still use the shot clock, run as much time off as you can if you're the team in the lead, but doesn't allow you to just take the air out of the ball. 7-point ball game. Murphy splits through the defense. Let's see what kind of shot the Gym Rats are able to get here. They've got 6 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Precise possession there late in that shot clock by the Gym Rats. Didn't panic at all with about 6 seconds on the clock. Forsman was able to get it to Murphy on a nice backdoor cut. Shot just wouldn't go down though. So 1:40 and counting left to play. 7-point advantage for the Gym Rats. Crossover still knocking on the door. That shot looked like it might have been partially deflected. Maggard with the strong split through move and the finish inside. Great job of recognizing there. And all she had to do was split through, protect the ball, and she'd have an easy layup. Brown for 3, no good. Tiggs with the rebound. Out to Davis. Back to Brown. Nice hustle by Tiggs on the play. Fortunately for her, it's going to be last touch there by the crossover and go back over to the Lady Gym Rats, who lead by 9. Cooper ahead to Forsman. Does a nice job of coming back to the ball to get it. Cooper over to Maggard. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Maggard with the step back 3. No good. Nice hustle there by Murphy. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds by Tiggs. Great hustle as well. This Michigan crossover team, they've been doing it the entire game. One of those games to where the Gym Rats led for the majority of it, but it was always relatively close with crossover knocking on the door. Credit to this Gym Rats team for not letting it open, as they're going to claim this 2014 Midwest Showdown Elite Division Championship. We appreciate you joining us here on SQV TV. I'm Marcus Burnett signing off. A special thanks to JB, our staff here at the Midwest Showdown. It's been a great weekend. We'll catch you back here next year.